What's up, family? Welcome to Speak. We got to start with the drama brewing in Dallas. This is the biggest show of the offseason because as the Cowboys boarded their plane to Oxnard to start camp, maybe their best offensive player was void of being there. CeeDee Lamb officially holding out of Cowboys camp. No more important topic to discuss than the one we are starting the show with. He does not have his contract extension. And if I'm talking receivers, then who better than to talk to than two receivers that play.
So real quick, CeeDee Lamb yesterday, he decided to hold out at the Dallas Cowboys training camp. He did not report to the training camp because he wants a new contract. And the Cowboys has been stalling on this deal for a minute now. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is definitely one of the best players in the NFL. Or not he's one of the best players in the NFL, but he's definitely one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Top 5 wide receiver. I have him listed as my top 5 wide receiver. Yeah, the Cowboys has been stalling on this, and it's time for them to sign CeeDee Lamb to a new contract. So this is what this show is about, real quick, and let's get through it.
Played in the league, got a 3-time Pro Bowl. We got a Super Bowl champ, got a Super Bowl ring. Talking about 25 years of experience. That's Deshaun Jackson. That's James Jones. About 25 years of NFL experience anchoring me into the receiver room to have the most important discussion you can have on a sports show today. CeeDee Lamb holding out. Jack, starting with you. You played 15 years at wide receiver. Ooh, high level. Years. High level. That's a lot of years. That's a lot of years. Okay, everybody calm down. We're not doing one-on-ones right now.
Just so you know,
everybody
just so you know, that's fake ball.
Hey, let's get to it, though, Jack. Let's get to it. Do you have an issue with CeeDee Lamb, Cowboys superstar receiver, holding out? Issue with it?
Yeah, I thought the picture was going to still be up there. I have no issue with it. My boy doing what he's supposed to do, man. Okay. You a dog, stand up. Hey, it's deserving. They owe you. They owe you big time, man. And I think, what he's doing, he's taking a stance, man. And I like the stance. You know why? Because the stats. And hey, they ain't got nobody else. If they don't throw it to him, who else are they throwing it to, man? He got everything going this way.
But here's my thing, Jack. Here's my thing, because you sound like a receiver. And y'all know receivers.
Prima donna? Not a prima donna.
Not a prima donna. Just a Madonna. Not a prima. I'm going to take the pre off, just a Madonna. Now, here's the thing. If the Cowboys want to win the Super Bowl, James Jones, if the Cowboys want to win a Super Bowl, Jack, you need your star players present. He's going to get paid. Yeah. We know he's going to get paid.
Big time.
He don't know yet. That's why
Can't he just show up?
No. So let me tell you this gonna go. You want me there? Pay me my money. When you pay me my money, I'm gonna be on private, and I'm gonna get myself there really fast. Pay this man his money. He is the second best player on the offense because I put Dak Prescott as the best player because Dak Prescott is spinning him the football. So he's the second best player on the offense. But if CeeDee Lamb is not there, this offense doesn't.
All right, I gotta stop James Jones right there. Okay, I like a lot of James Jones's takes. I do. But come on, man. CeeDee Lamb is not the second best offensive player on that team. He's not. He is the best offensive player on that team. Dak Prescott is not the best player on that team. I don't know why James Jones said that. And if you really was listening really hard, you can hear Shady gargling, clearing his throat. Because he's telling James Jones pretty much bro, come on, you on that stuff today? Come on, let's not. Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. He's a really good quarterback, but he's not the best player. He's not the best offensive player on that team, at all. Second best, yes. But CeeDee Lamb, he is that offense, that entire offense. That offense runs through CeeDee Lamb, and CeeDee Lamb is very valuable to the Dallas Cowboys, and it's just a matter of time. It's really just a matter of time before the Cowboys pay him. I'm pretty sure they're going to sign him definitely before the end of the season. It will be very shocking if the Cowboys ended up not paying CeeDee Lamb before the end of the season, before the season starts. But yeah, I just had to stop that. Come on, James Jones, stop with that. James Jones, he is a Dak Prescott fan, but still.
Does not go. Yeah. He has to be there for this offense to go. If he's not, you don't get your best Dak Prescott. Okay. You don't get your best Coach McCarthy. Okay. You don't get your best offense, which means you're not going to get wins. So he has to be in the building, and he has to be happy with his money to go out there and play football. If it is no.
All right, so I got to stop James Jones again. He's talking about there's not going to be any wins. Okay, so I definitely – this is going to sound like I'm contradicting myself because I just said that CeeDee Lamb is the best player on that offense, which he is. But football is a team sport. Football is complementary. Football is supplemental. Football is situational. So CeeDee Lamb not playing for if CeeDee Lamb if this holdout goes into the season or whatever, if he's not on the Cowboys team, the Cowboys are still going to win. Now, with that being said, is it going to be as easy? No. Is it going to be way more complex for them to win because they don't have a star player that they run their entire system through, which is CeeDee Lamb. And that proves my point, which is why Dak Prescott is not the best offensive player on that team, is CeeDee Lamb. But with that being said, I have a lot of faith in Mike McCarthy. I have a lot of faith in how he coaches. I do believe Mike McCarthy is a really, really good coach. Mike McCarthy is going to find ways to win because he is a very, very good coach. The wins are not going to be as luxurious because CeeDee Lamb is not. Well, I mean, he's going to sign, but I'm saying if he's not playing, the wins are not going to be as luxurious because CeeDee Lamb is not playing. So, I see what James Jones is saying, but they'll still win. They'll still win. They'll still have a great defense. They still got Micah Parsons. They still got Dak Prescott. They still got Mike McCarthy. The wins are just not going to be as easy. And, they might take a couple of L's if CeeDee Lamb is not playing, but still, it's not going to be as specific as James Jones is trying to make it. So, yeah.
Money. I don't care about no offers. I don't care about nothing. Yep. I'm not showing up. Don't even bring my pads. You know how they have you pack your bags. Don't even pack that bag and put it on the plane because I ain't coming to get my bread.
Let me get to this right here. I think this is a special topic for me. You know why? Because he's in my top 5 wide receivers in the NFL. I got one. I got Justin Jefferson.
Hold on. Let me see the list.
Come on, bring him up. I got number 1, Justin Jefferson. I got my boy number 2. I got Tyreek Hill. Okay. And number 3, Jerry's World. The man right here deserves that contract. And number 4, Jamar Chase. Okay. And 5, I got my boy in Philly, man, AJ Brown. So let me just look here.
Yeah. I don't like not seeing Devontae Adams in there. But
it's all right. But he had like a year or 2 off. Besides my boy right here, these other 4 dudes on here got some big-time pockets. Yes. And my boy right here, he deserved to be somewhere in top 3. Okay. That's my stance on it right there.
Okay, I heard your stance, James. I heard your stance. Let's head to the desk.
Okay, before they head to the desk, let me stop right there real quick. Okay. I like Deshaun Jackson's. I should say I respect D Jackson's list. I do. That's a solid list. It's a good list. But it's not a list that I necessarily agree with. First off, I feel like he's missing out on Keenan Allen. I said this in the last video when I was talking about Brandon Ayuk. Keenan Allen is such an underrated wide receiver. And on top of that, and actually I'm redoing this video because I had some issues with my audio and stuff, so I'm redoing this video too. But I'm glad I did because I just thought about this other receiver that's so forgotten about. And I can understand why he took out, he doesn't have Devontae Adams at number 5, which Devontae Adams definitely should not be in the top 5. He has fallen off a little bit and stuff. So I completely can understand why he doesn't have Devontae Adams in the top 5. So I agree with that as well. But you gotta have Keenan Allen in the top 5, bro. You got to. Keenan Allen was one of the best. Keenan Allen was one of the best wide receivers in the entire NFL last year. And not only last year, since he's been in the league, Keenan Allen is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, route runner in NFL history. If you don't believe me, watch the tape. There is only so many wide receivers throughout the course of NFL. I watch football religiously, and I'm watching it even more now because of this channel. Keenan Allen his route running is transcendent. Like, he is a master route runner, and hands down, he's the best route runner in the entire NFL. And what he did last year, and he missed. I can't remember how many games Keenan Allen missed last year, but what he did last year was phenomenal. Was astronomical. So you come on, Deshaun. I don't know. Deshaun Jackson probably forgotten about Keenan Allen. Like, a lot of these wide receivers right here, they're very, they're flashy. They talk. They're loud with it. But and CeeDee Lamb, I mean, he plays for the Cowboys. So I mean, you put up the stats that he put up, and you play for the Dallas Cowboys, you're going to get recognition. You know what I'm saying? But I have to disagree with Deshaun Jackson. You got to have Keenan Allen up there. You got to have Keenan Allen top 5. You got to. And for that, wouldn't have CeeDee Lamb in my top 5, to be honest with you, because these other 3 wide receivers, they have to be in the top 5. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, they have to be in the top 5. So, but I would definitely take out CeeDee Lamb and AJ Brown, and I originally did have AJ Brown in my top 5, but you know what? I thought about it, and I'm like, what about Mike Evans? What about Mike Evans? Mike Evans is a top 5 wide receiver. Just like Keenan Allen, Mike Evans has been so disrespected. Completely disrespected. Like, no, there is no debate about this. Mike Evans has put up over 1,000 yard receiving yards since he's been in the NFL. That Mike Evans is gonna get it busy with anybody. So no. The top 5 is not CeeDee Lamb ain't in the top 5. No. Brandon Ayuk ain't in the top 5. And I love AJ Brown. I love AJ Brown ever since AJ Brown been in the NFL. I really have. But AJ Brown ain't top 5 either. I freaking love AJ Brown. I loved him when he was in Tennessee. AJ Brown gets busy too with any quarterback. He definitely does. I like his physicality. I like his size. I like his strength. I like how he runs. I like how he runs his routes. I like how he catches the ball. I like everything about AJ Brown. AJ Brown was built in a lab. But he ain't better than Mike Evans. No. And he ain't better than Keenan Allen. No. I'm sorry. No. He's not. So if I was to put my top 5 wide receivers, it would definitely be hands down the one and only Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, other than Terrell Owens and Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson is definitely my favorite, and Deshaun Jackson too. Justin Jefferson is my favorite wide receiver of all time, other than those guys. But Justin Jefferson, number 1. I wouldn't even put Tyreek Hill at number 2. I wouldn't have Tyreek Hill at number 2. I would definitely have Keenan Allen at number 2. I would rather have Keenan Allen on my team than Tyreek Hill. I would. I just would. Keenan Allen, he is a separation of release king. I mean, you do that. Like how this man runs his routes, he is always open. Always open. Keenan Allen is the wide receiver. I'll say Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Jamar Chase. That's what that would be it right there. That would be it right there. That would be my top 5. So and then 6, 7, 8. You can put after Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, and then Brandon Ayuk. So there you go. So Brandon Ayuk still lands in the top 10. Brandon Ayuk is still solid. But I just forgot. What about Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson is solid too. I wouldn't put Garrett Wilson over Brandon Ayuk, but Garrett Wilson, that dude, he's coming. He's coming because Garrett Wilson is a phenomenal route runner as well. Very, very great route runner. So this proves my point. I mean, this league is full with really, really good wide receivers. Some of them are great. These wide receivers, they come in a dime and a dozen. And within this dime and a dozen, you got a lot of good wide receivers. And then you'll find a few great wide receivers. So, CeeDee Lamb, in my opinion, can be replaced. It won't be necessary for the Cowboys to take that route. I believe they should just go ahead and pay CeeDee. And really just pay him to a big contract. Let Dak walk next year. And pick up your quarterback in the draft next year. That's my opinion. So, yeah.
So to this because LaShawn McCoy, Eagles all-time rushing leader, Dr. Joy Taylor, the brilliant Joy Taylor. I have yet to hear you all stances as we are entering into speak. Y'all could be watching any show. Y'all are hanging with us. We don't take it for granted. It's about to be the best show of the off season. Shady, let me kick it to you real quick, 2-5. You got an issue with CeeDee Lamb holding up?
No. You should get paid. It's CeeDee Lamb. Funny thing is, Everybody now wants to jump on this CeeDee Lamb train. I've been on the train, right? Have I not? Right. I said when I see talent, I know talent. Oh, well, he plays in the slot. He don't play off slot. I said, I don't care where he's at.
Yeah.
Give him the ball. He makes plays. The issue I have with even ask the question, should he get his contract or not, is because look at these quarterbacks, right? Let's think about it. Trevor Lawrence, who I think is okay, right? How the hell can he just jump and be the number one dude contract-wise, right? Mm-hmm. All these different guys keep jumping each other. When we talk about the wide receivers, it's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know if you think
So, Shady McCoy is talking about, which he's been stating this case for the past couple months now, about how it is ridiculous how these quarterbacks, and rather they're elite or not, in top 5 or not, they're just, when it's time for them to get paid, they reset in the market. And I completely agree with LaShawn McCoy. It's ridiculous. You know, that it shouldn't, something has to be done about that. But what LaShawn McCoy is saying, though, don't have it be a difference when it's a different position now. So just because it's not quarterback, it don't mean now the next best wide receiver, the next elite wide receiver that's supposed to get paid, why is it a discussion that this man should not reset the market? So Shady is stating the case that CeeDee Lamb should not only not get paid, but he should reset the market, meaning he should be getting paid more than Justin Jefferson. Now, with that being said, I don't believe CeeDee Lamb should be getting paid more than Justin Jefferson. I would completely lose my mind if I see that him getting paid more than Justin Jefferson, because I mean, I don't agree with the quarterbacks, with these quarterbacks set in the market every single time when it's the next best quarterback getting paid. I believe that the best player should be resetting the market, or at least if it's you're arguably the best player, like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady back in those days. You know, when it was time for Peyton Manning to get paid, he said he reset the market. When it's time for Tom Brady, Tom Brady was underpaid his entire career. But the point I'm making is that, and what Shady is saying is that arguably these best players, if you're in the best player in your position, yes, it's time for you to get paid, you should reset the market. Not Trevor Lawrence or Tua or godforsaken Kirk Cousins. Like, come on, man. No, that's not how it should be. No. You know, so I completely agree with what Shady is saying, but that will kind of bother me though if I see CeeDee Lamb get paid more than Justin Jefferson. If I was the general manager, I would not pay CeeDee Lamb that much money. I just wouldn't. He's a really great wide receiver. He's very solid, but you've already saw me I had CeeDee Lamb in my top 6 I put him at. So no, not at all. He's not worth that much money. The stats are the stats. Yes, they are. But the stats is not the only thing. So if I'm a general manager and a player comes to me just with his stats, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, sit down, take a seat, bro. I'm taking your stats. I have a remote in my hand. I'll put on the film. Let's watch the film now. And you're comparing these stats to this player. Okay, well, let's see what the other player does, because it's not the same, bro. These stats aren't these numbers. The numbers don't lie, but they don't tell the same story. So football is situational. Football is complementary. Football is about matchups. So it's not the same. So, you know, you got to bring me more than stats. You know, a lot of comes into play with this, not just stats. So, like, that's the thing, you know. When I even with debating people, I just don't talk about just stats. I'm talking about what they actually did on the field, the story of what they did on the field, who they matched up against, what was the situation, who was their coaches. That stuff matters in football. Football is way bigger than just numbers. Football is way bigger than just stats. It is. It's much more to it than that.
Justin Jefferson is better than CeeDee Lamb. I don't know if you think that. All right. This is what I know. They are both equal as far as being elites. Yeah. So let's say Justin is better. But when you got 2 elite guys, you got to jump over that guy. That's how it works. I don't want to see dudes like Trevor Lawrence jumping over Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes because he's not elite. Yeah. But it happened, and nobody on TV nowhere talked about it. So, yes, CeeDee Lamb is that good. Pay that man. I know we love Dak Prescott and all that. I know we love all that. But if Dak don't have CD, yeah, okay.
Joy, getting to that, we'll talk about CD's money momentarily, but right now CD's not holding out. Cowboys, they're going to Oxnard. We went to Cowboys training camp for a day or two last year. This is when the team is building for championships. And Joy, Joy, as you notably say, they haven't won one in 30 or so years. You got an issue with CeeDee holding out?
I think we're rounding up. Is it officially 30 years?
It's been some time. It's been some time.
It might officially be.
The 90s?
They ain't been to the NFC Championship in 29.
Hey, this is not a Cowboy. Don't do that.
Championship weekend.
Yeah.
No, I have no issue with CeeDee holding out. And I'm actually not surprised at all. This is pretty common. We're going to talk about a lot of guys holding out or holding in, and we'll do it again next year, and we did it the year before last, and we'll continue to do this as long as there are contracts and contract disputes in the NFL. This is what he's supposed to do. It's CeeDee's time to get paid. He's been an elite receiver. There's been some talk early, and I've always been with you on that, Shady. CeeDee is a number one receiver, and he's more than beyond proved his value to the team and his value to Dak Prescott. If you think that the quarterback is the most important position, I feel like CeeDee is helping him out quite a bit. So he's an elite player. He's proven that year after year. This isn't one of those situations where he's had one spark of a year and we should be excited about it and he's asking for elite money. They need him. It's his turn to get paid as well. He's up. He's supposed to get paid.
Listen, if you've been in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use this AI app instead. That's what I did, and that's how.
I have no issue with it at all.
Hefty.
2-5, you said that he should get that JJ money.
No. He should get over that JJ money.
Whoa.
Why? Because he's the new guy.
Do you see how that is?
It's the new money.
When I say that, you hear his response. Yeah. It's funny because when the quarterbacks, you don't have that response, right? We talking about if Tua, and I think Tua is good.
Right.
We talk he should be the number one paid because it's his time's up. My thing is, if you think JJ's better, because JJ's really, really good. Like JJ it's like that, all right? Yep. But then CeeDee's like that. My thing is, I don't care who's better. We are both as far as elite of the elite. Sure. So how it should work, you're elite, I'm elite. I should jump over you because it's my time to get paid. Okay. Right? Tyreek Hill. I don't know if you think Tyreek Hill's better than him or not. Yeah. If it's time to get paid, he should jump over him.
But hold on, Shady, because I listen to you when you speak. I'm privileged to sit next to you every single day for the last 2 years.
I know some money now. You know I know some money.
You do know bread. You do know bread. Know how to make it? Chicken. And you know how to lose it. Shady, but you told me this, bro. You said when Adrian Peterson was up and Arian Foster was up, you said, now look, I got to make more than Arian Foster. With all due respect to Arian Foster, I got to make more than Arian Foster. You said, but Adrian Peterson, he liked that. He won them once. Should CeeDee Lamb not look in the mirror and say exactly what LaShawn McCoy said? You know what? I can make more than this dude. I can make more than Cooper Kupp. I can make more than A.J. Brown. I can make more than Devontae Smith. But Justin Jefferson, he liked that.
Wait, are they in the same class?
They are.
Hold on. Me and AP in the same class. He was a first rounder, I was a second rounder.
What that mean, though?
Let me get to it. The second thing was, around this time, AP had rushing titles, almost an MVP, offensive player of the year. He had all these different things. And I had 2 good years. So I was a rookie. Where I was just playing. I was, 700 yards. Wasn't a lot. My second year, I had about 1,200 yards. I was starting getting busy. My third year, all pro bowl, you name it. Yep. So now I got into my stride where AP, he's been doing it for a while. So, and then I had Drew Rosenhaus, one of the best agencies of all time. Y'all know that. I could have easily said, you know what, I'm going to sit out and I'm going to fight this thing. AP, he a dog, I'm a dog too. I could have played that game, but I was okay with that. I was okay with being the second highest paid. I mean, what am I, like 6th, 7th all time and highest paid running backs?
Somebody just passed.
Somebody just passed me?
We did just do this.
But
I was okay with that, James.
But not only that, I understand where Shady's coming from, because if it's Justin Jefferson and Nico Collins, just say a number 2 receiver, he should not, if he's up, he should not pass Justin Jefferson. That doesn't mean he's not a good player, but he's not all pro. He's not offensive player. He's not in that type category. CeeDee Lamb is putting his numbers right up there with Justin and saying, these are better than Justin's numbers. This is better than Justin's number. Oh, you know what? I'm an all pro. He's saying all this stuff. So I'm an elite receiver in this game, which means my turn is up. I should jump him. Jamar Chase is going to look at them the same way and say, I'm one of the top dogs in this thing. I seen CeeDee and Justin Jefferson get paid. I should jump them because I'm in that ballpark of the best receiver in football. These quarterbacks is at the bottom 20 and they getting number 1 money.
I got a question for Joy Taylor because it's I'm hearing you, Jack, I've heard you, James Joins, I've heard you, but y'all are speaking with a little more emotion behind it because y'all were all in these situations, fighting for checks, fighting for big checks. But Joy, do you think that the athlete or that the receiver should get paid because of how talented he is or how valuable he is to the franchise? Because we'll talk about that with Brandon Ayuk later. There's a difference. How talented he is or how valuable he is to the franchise, because there is a difference there.
So you're saying the woman is the non-emotional one? That's not what I hear. That's not what I hear we do. Well, in this particular case, and in the case of the elites, the talent actually translates to being the most valuable.
Yeah.
So not to say that Brandon Ayuk isn't extremely talented, but he is. CeeDee's talent is also of extreme value. So sometimes it's not necessary. And talent, like, how do you measure talent? All these guys are extremely talented. Like, you got to get pretty far down the list before we're like, there's a talent disparity here. Maybe this is the quarterback. Maybe this is the system. For the most part, the elites of the elites are both talented and extremely valuable. And in the case of CeeDee, that's the case. Where I would agree with Shady, and I know Shady can speak for himself, and he just did, but you were saying there's a gap. There was a big enough gap between you and AP that even if you wanted to cause a little bit of a problem, it was more reasonable for you to say there's a big enough gap here that they could push back with reason. There's not enough of a gap between JJ and CeeDee for CeeDee to say,
that's a good point.
I should be the highest paid. Not because JJ's that much better, or you prefer JJ as a receiver over CeeDee or whatever, top 10 list. None of that matters. Their numbers are almost identical. So if that's the case, and JJ's been paid, and now it's my turn, I can jump him because the gap is not as big, respectfully, Shady, between AP and Shady at the time in which he was paid. So when we're talking about the quarterback scale, which is obviously a completely different conversation and world, where guys, to James' point, who are way down the list are jumping to being the highest paid player in the NFL, even though they are not amongst the elites of their position, that's paid differently. If CeeDee was holding out and he's further down the list as a receiver, then that's the conversation of, okay, you slot in here. Yeah, of course. But Justin's making the most at 35. Then AJ, then Amon-Ra and Tyreek are making the same. So they're at 35, 32, and then Amon-Ra and Tyreek are at 30 a year. So he should jump JJ.
Here's my thought, Jack. This one for you, because 15 years. 15 years is a long time to do anything. It's a long time. It's a long time to breathe. Like 15 years. Jack played in the league for 15 years, so this question specifically directed at him, and I can't wait for you to answer. James Jones follow-up, Shady follow-up as well. There's stats, and then there's talent. You play with a dude, and he's a friend of mine, so I'm not going to disparage his talent, but I'm just going to bring it into the equation. Alfred Morris, running back for the Washington Commanders.
Don't bring that name around him, please.
But the reason I say that is Alfred Morris had a 1,600 rushing yard season.
Right.
1,600.
Not bad.
He had a 1,400 rushing yard season.
Right. The name not that big though.
Not at all. 6th round pick. I played against him in college. He was not that talented. But in the Kyle Shanahan scheme, crazy stats. There comes a point where you can't just walk up there and say, hey, look at my numbers. Because we can also turn on the tape and say, we know your numbers, but also you're not that talented.
But where was CeeDee drafted?
Again, I'm not applying that to CeeDee. I'm setting Jack up for this question because I say that to say, like, just because CeeDee has Justin Jefferson numbers, asking you, I'm deferring to you on this when I have my own opinion. Can CeeDee walk up and say, I'm JJ? He got JJ numbers. I get all that. But can he walk up and say, I'm JJ, pay me like JJ?
This is the point I like to make right here, and this is.
So, real quick, right before, the one and only Deshaun Jackson, before he answers, I wanted to just say, I don't really think this shouldn't even be a discussion. There's no comparison between CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson at all. There just isn't. To Shady's point, I can see why CeeDee Lamb should jump Justin Jefferson, with getting paid, the contract. The contract should jump Justin Jefferson's contract. To Shady's point, I understand that. But, again, I'm just saying I can understand it. I understand that perspective, that opinion. I don't believe that he's worthy of that much money. I don't, because, CeeDee Lamb put up some big numbers last year. Numbers was comparable to Justin Jefferson. Well, if we're gonna keep it real, man, Justin Jefferson, I think he missed like. I'll do the stats. I'll look it up. But I think Justin Jefferson missed like 7 games last year and still put up like 1,000 yards, or he put up 1,000 yards in 7 games or something like that. So, dog, what are we talking about? CeeDee Lamb he's not dominating like Justin Jefferson is. He's not. CeeDee Lamb is a dog. He is. But he's not dominating like Justin Jefferson. And Justin Jefferson did that with Kirk Cousins. Like, come on now. It's Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is, first off, him and CeeDee Lamb, their value is not even as equal. Justin Jefferson is way more of a valuable wide receiver than CeeDee Lamb. Justin Jefferson is not only the best wide receiver in the NFL. He is one of the best offensive. He is one of the best players in the NFL. Period. Justin Jefferson. He's probably a top 3 player. Like, for real, if we're going to be honest with that. He definitely is probably a top 3 player. And Justin Jefferson is to the Vikings what Adrian Peterson was to the Vikings back in the day. Justin Jefferson, the Vikings has nobody, and he still gets his. Nobody on both sides of the ball. Justin Jefferson is the entire Vikings team. There's no comparison. But I see what they're saying. I actually, to a certain extent, agree with what they're saying. But on my fundamental foundation, I'm not paying CeeDee Lamb that much money. I'm just not. Not more than Justin Jefferson. I'll give him a big contract. But not a bigger contract than Justin Jefferson. No. It can probably almost even like match it in a certain way, almost. But not bigger. No, bro. Not by no.
This is a great point. I feel like valuable to the team. If we look at CD, how valuable he is to the Cowboys compared to how valuable Justin Jefferson is to the Vikings, I would think it's fair to say he's maybe more valuable. I mean, you have Jordan Addison, he's a guy, but I wouldn't put him at Justin Jefferson's size, right? So as far as CeeDee Lamb, I feel like the number set up alone, since he's been in the NFL, he ranks 5 among every stat, right? Statistically, I like to say CD, he plays a little different, but he has the same style of play. It's just I feel like Justin Jefferson makes it look more flashier. He's more highlights. He's a dog. He's making it gritty. He might not have the big plays, but he's making the big plays, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So
Nope. When you say things that are so smart colloquially, I want you to make that make sense for the viewer. So he makes the big plays, but I don't know if he makes the break down what you're saying.
So I just think he can be a little more consistent. His hands is a little unsure. That doesn't take the credit. CD. I feel like in the playoffs last year when they faced Green Bay, him and Dak Prescott didn't seem to be on the same page a few times. A couple drops in crucial moments. But as far as the player and the body of work is there, I just feel like the valuability of him being only one game he's missed.
Yeah.
71 games he's
that's crazy. He's durable.
70 games, right? So durable, right? And the physicality he's proven. And I just feel like he's very valuable. I mean, without him, we just talked about it. Who do you have?
Yeah. And I think that's the main thing. Because you said talent and valuable. And he's both.
Ooh,
Justin Jefferson is both.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming up to the table with that. All right, Justin Jefferson may be a little bit better route runner than me.
Right.
He ain't what I am with this ball in my hands, though. Turn the tape on that. Y'all want to talk about turning the tape on? Turn the tape on that. So it's just.
Oh my God! I need to watch some more film on this because I'm trying to figure out what tape is James Jones watching for him to say that Justin Jefferson is not on the same level as CeeDee Lamb with the ball in his hands. In every single category of wide receiver, Justin Jefferson is better than CeeDee Lamb is in. It's better. Hands down, receptions, route running, ball placement, everything. CeeDee Lamb is not touching Justin Jefferson in any category of being a wide receiver at all. He's not. So you guys can make the case all you want for this for him to jump Justin Jefferson, but if an owner is smart, Jerry Jones is smart, he's not going to pay him more than Justin Jefferson. But knowing Jerry Jones, he is going to pay him more than Justin Jefferson. I can almost bet money on that. Jerry Jones likes to pay his players. He does, and he's going to pay CeeDee Lamb. He is. Jerry Jones does things on Jerry Jones's time. Nobody tells Jerry Jones what to do, or how to do it, or when to do it. Jerry Jones is going to do what he wants, how he wants, when he wants, because he's Jerry Jones. And he answers to no one, really. Nobody at all. So, with that being said, CeeDee Lamb is going to get a bigger contract than Justin Jefferson. But should he? No. And whatever James Jones is talking about, I don't know what James Jones is talking about. I'll go back and watch some tape. I'll probably do another video on CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson, because what James Jones telling me to me is what he's saying right now is nonsense to me. I mean, I love James Jones. I like his takes, but I could be a little biased. I don't know, but like, let's just be real, man. Like, did we forget how great of a wide receiver Justin Jefferson is? did we forget what this man did 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago when he was about to break the receiver record. Justin Jefferson is a dog, man. He's a dog, and he's doing this with freaking under the carpet quarterback. Like, come on, man. Nah, man. There's no comparison. There's no receiver that's touching Justin Jefferson at all. He's the best receiver in the NFL, period, hands down. And if he keeps on at it, I don't even think Justin Jefferson reached his peak, to be honest with you. I don't even think this man has hit his prime yet. I think Justin Jefferson still got more room for improvement to get better. And then you can imagine that if when he hits his prime with a better quarterback. Come on, man. No, get on. Go on somewhere with that.
They're so equal and so different at the same time with the way they play the game, but they're so valuable to their team. This is not a Brandon Ayuk situation to where, Cal, you're looking over there, oh, we still got Kittle, we still got Debo, we still got McCaffrey. This is your offense, you and Dak Prescott. That value is there for him, and the talent is there. You got to pay.
It's like, and no disrespect to the Vikings, right? But they drafted a rookie quarterback. And normally when that happens, it's not a good thing. The team is not in a good place, okay? The second thing is like, the Dots, we are winning. And CeeDee Lamb is a big part of that. And the third thing is, it's funny how we talking about, is he talented enough, or is his value worth it? When we go to these other players and quarterbacks, we don't never talk about that. We don't talk about how good Tua is compared to Patrick Mahomes. We don't talk about how good Trevor Lawrence is compared to Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. We get them boys that money. Jordan Love, we had a conversation 2 days ago. Yo, should he be the highest paid quarterback in the league? He had one good year. I love the kid. I think he's really, really good. But we're not having the same conversation. This is why this only part I hate about the NFL is this part where we put the quarterbacks like in a little box and we put them over here and everybody else has to figure it out. Why are we even talking about if CeeDee Lamb should be the highest paid wide receiver in the league? He got the numbers. He's good enough. He has the value. Pay that man.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak.
So, real quick, we'll leave it on that note, man. Shady's right. That take was convincing because really, to be honest with you, he's right. There really is no argument about this. I believe offensive lineman is the most valuable position in the entire NFL. That is the only position where that is not depending on any other position for them to do their job. And without an offensive lineman, these quarterbacks, they as great as they are, they're gonna have a hard time of being great. And you got some who's really great under pressure, who can really still do their thing without a great offensive line, like Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, quarterbacks like that, Patrick Mahomes. But still, I believe that offensive lineman is the most valuable position in the NFL. It is, and it's very underrated position in the NFL. But the conventional wisdom is the quarterback is the most important position in the NFL, and so that's why they're so they no matter what type of quarterback. I won't say no matter what type of quarterback, but think about Daniel Jones getting that big contract. So it's almost like no matter what kind of quarterback it is, if you're a starter, you're going to pretty much almost reset the market or get the bag or get a lot of money. So Shady is saying it's like we not saying is Daniel Jones better than Patrick Mahomes. If Daniel Jones is better than Daniel Herbert, they just pay him the big money. We don't argue about that. So why is it even a discussion between CeeDee Lamb, who is arguably, well, in their case, a top 5 wide receiver, and a lot of people's top 5 wide receiver? Why we ain't saying to CeeDee Lamb? Why we debating about this? Should he jump Justin Jefferson? It doesn't matter if he's better than Justin Jefferson or not. He's in the same bucket. So pay the man. So I get what he's saying. And I agree. CeeDee Lamb is going to get paid. He's going to get paid. That's besides the point. And so we'll leave it at that. I'll do another video. I'll do another video on CeeDee Lamb versus Justin Jefferson. And I'll do another video going into the season before the season starts on my top 5. I'll do the list if I believe that there should be a receiver that can be a top 10, top 5, top 10. I'll probably even challenge myself and see if there could be a rookie that could probably be a top 5, top 10. I'll do like a prediction or something like that. But yeah, I'll probably do like maybe 2 or 3 lists before the season starts on some more wide receivers, and probably even separate lists on like separate videos on specific wide receivers, stating my case on why I believe they're probably like the best route runner in the game, like Keenan Allen, or the best wide receivers in the game, Justin Jefferson, you know, the most underrated wide receiver in the game, Keenan Allen and Mike Evans, you know. So I'll probably do that. And yeah, so if you like this video, if you really liked it, thank you for watching this. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You know, if you disagree with what I'm saying, please comment. Let me know in the comments. Give me your top 5 wide receivers. Yeah, let me know what your top 5, top 10 wide receivers are in the NFL. And yeah, thank you so much. And we're gonna be here all day. And I'll see y'all again soon. Thank you.
CeeDee Lamb for a Cowboys touchdown.
Wow, Kenny, I don't know if fans recognize how hard of a catch that was.
Wow, looking over his left shoulder.
Gets it down. That's a touchdown.
Going to the ground, gathers it in initially with one hand. A spectacular catch by the rookie out of Oklahoma.